Hello, guys. This is a bit of an explanation. This is my first video, quote unquote. It's not going to have anything but audio, so I assume you could call it more of just me rambling. But, I have had this hyperfixation on Red Faction Guerilla, the game, and I feel like I want to have an outlet to talk about it because I don't know if it's just my ADHD or if it's my desperate need to have something to do, but I've always been drawn to it ever since I played it on the PS3 from forever ago. Like when I was a young guy, young boy, a wee lad, I would spend hours just breaking stuff because that's what the game is. It's a third person shooter, but calling it just a shooter is not giving it justice. It has this engine, a world engine that allows for destruction physics. Really good destruction physics. Like some of the best destruction physics I've ever seen in a game. And I'm pretty sure it came out like 2006. I want to say it came out around the same time that like Fallout 3 did, which maybe 2010. I'm probably getting this wrong. I haven't fact checked anything, but the point is I'm explaining the series of videos that I'm going to do. Most of them are probably not going to have any images other than the title, which kind of blows. I'll see if I can add in images regarding what I talk about, but I felt like I needed an outlet to gush about something that I genuinely enjoy. And I'm going to gush about it lore-wise because I like the lore of this game series. I think it's interesting. I would personally like THQ to be like, hey, we're gonna do a RPG instead of a traditional I don't know, if they just added more RPG elements to it, that would be really nice because the world is interesting. Having Earth be this oil resource starved mess that its own military has to spend its own time garrisoning, and then having that same government be forced to practically enslave the colonists on Mars is an interesting dynamic. They have to balance between keeping civil unrest down on Earth, but at the same time, they have to garrison an entirely different planet that is full of, well, people, disgruntled people, people who are not very happy about being treated like garbage. I like it. It's some of the lore is kind of rough, and we'll get into that later, but I genuinely believe that it is a good setting. Some people probably don't agree with me on that. Some people will probably play the game and be like, man, the story's kind of crap. Like, really? You're gonna expect that people can just live on Mars in regards to what's been done to it? Like, come on. That's ridiculous. No Martian miners force should ever be able to kick out an actual real deal military. And yeah, you might be right. But for the sake of fun and for the sake of well, suspension of disbelief, it's a fun romp story. The game itself is fun. Some parts are infuriating. Oh god, some parts are infuriating to deal with because it can get the difficulty level spikes sometimes, but it's generally a very enjoyable time. The missions are good, like the story is very weak. Oh god, the story. The story has a lot of problems. There are a few parts that it's like, yeah, I can get behind it. I'll get into the story later, in a later video, but I found the story to be weak, yeah. Definitely could have worked on that. Some parts are nice, other parts are like, that doesn't really make sense, you know? Well, why does that happen? Kind of dumb. But it's it's good. Finding there's joy in it. It is really good, and I like it. And I hope to share it with anyone that watches it. I'm going to share this video with a few friends because I know they're going to watch it, but like if anyone stumbles across my channel and is like, "Huh, I was looking up Red Faction stuff and I found a guy who wants to talk about it in detail," I'd be glad to do so. I'm not really going to have a I don't know if I'm going to be writing scripts for this because a part of me just wants to say screw it and free ball it the whole time. I probably will write a script for some. I'm gonna be reading off the Red Fraction wiki quite a bit. Uh, I know some people are like, well, that's ridiculous. Like, why just have someone boring, stale voice read off words on a page? Why would anyone listen to that? Well, I want to read that first because I don't want to give y'all misinformation. I don't want to give anyone the wrong idea. Like, I don't want to lie to anyone. I'm gonna try and structure it like this. I'm gonna introduce, like, yeah, the channel. Hey, people, you know, and then I'm gonna read what I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to tell you what I would like to talk about. I'm gonna give you the bare bones wiki reading, and then I'm going to talk about what I think about it. And hell, maybe I'll do a series of what I felt should have been changed lore wise. Like, Um, here's a good one. A fight for the transit hub. Apparently, on Mars, there's this transit hub that allows people in and off Earth. If there had been a mission in regards to securing that to keep EDF reinforcements coming on planet, that would have made a lot of sense, and it probably would have been cool. Could have seen some of those like starships that people use to actually go to Mars as like the civilian ones, because like we do see a military starship. It's just I don't think everyone's going to be jumping aboard the battleship that Earth sends to deal with the problem. And we'll go into that. We'll go into like the failings and successes of each faction. Like maybe they could have gone into the in depth on the whole Martian political scene. There's a Martian council, and to have to deal with the actual politicians on Mars and how they are trying to handle the situation is nice. I feel like the in-lore explanation for that is very bland. For reference, the in-lore explanation for the Martian Council is, oh, it's a democratic council, but it's actually just an EDF puppet. Like, they don't have any power, they're just EDF puppets. It's like, well, that makes it very clear that there's like, yeah, oppression, but even in oppressive regimes, it's better to try and show some level of like likability than just being, oh, haha, they're puppets, don't explain any of it. You know, maybe I would love to go into how that could have been changed and, expanded on. That would have been interesting to see. I've dragged on for almost 10 minutes now. I don't know. I don't want to say that this is going to be low effort. I do not have the equipment to like properly run a YouTube channel. I have a Apple microphone attached to my headphones where only one headphone works. So if the mic quality is garbage, that's why. I'm new to speaking on a video. I would like to get better and come off with a better cadence and other auditory terms that I'm not fully aware of. I would like to become better, which is why I have to try, in the first place. I hope that this goes well. Again, I really have this just full on like ADHD hyperfixation on this one topic, and I'm desperate for an outlet to just ramble and talk about what I genuinely enjoy. So if if you're one of the friends I sent this video to, what's up, gamer? You're cool. If you're a random person that found my channel after, maybe you're like me who has this desperate desire to have like a community to talk about this subject in terms of its like lore and story, I welcome you. And it would be cool to have to see like, you know, what you'd like me to talk about specifically. I think I'm good. I think I'm done. I'll here I here I go.